Every romance needs a man who has a secret. Mine just happens to have one that could ruin everything. Today, I'm breaking down the French football star that not only is the perfect fake dating partner, but the last man that my heroine, Nina Whitaker, expected to fall for. Hi, I'm S.W. Bayless, author and storyteller. And in this series, I'm showing you, my viewers, how I develop characters and storylines from scratch. In our last videos within this series, we discussed Nina Whitaker, a Black American female that happens to be in Paris, France, solidifying a deal for her company. We also discussed that she is a healthcare strategist and she is trying to close this deal with the French national soccer team. But today we're looking at who is this French soccer player. So let's just get into it. So I've been thinking that since he does play soccer, he would be somewhere around his late 20s, early 30s. And for whatever reason, the name of Lucien Marchand just sticks out to me. So we'll go with it. He's the forward for the French national team, and he is a man that has been groomed to play soccer at this national level. He's disciplined. He's used to working under pressure. Okay, so now that we know who he is, oh, you know what? Let's backtrack. We discussed in the last video that he meets Nina while they are accidentally meeting one another, having lunch. She's in the what do you say, Jardin des Champs-Élysées. And my French viewers, pardon me, I'm not well versed in French. So that's how they meet. But for this to be a fake dating scenario, there has to be some type of incident that would even open the door for him to even think about signing up for this. So I've been thinking, what would be the incident? What would be the incident? And so I keep coming back to something that happened that the media twists. So he could have said something that was misinterpreted. There could have been some type of fight or shoving match between him and one of his players that the news media happened to catch. And because they are in the news media to make the story and sensationalize it, he unfortunately has been caught up in this. Okay, so we have the incident. Why does he agree to fake date? So being a romance reader, for me, the best fake dating scenarios have a real reason why these two particular people that are disconnected for all intents and purposes come together. So I thought the three reasons would be, okay, you have the incident. So he needs to repair his reputation. And this particular woman is what he figures is the solution to repairing that reputation. Two, I'm looking at some type of emotional escape. We know that she is an American female, that she's done some type of researching, because if she's got to negotiate this deal, she has to know something about the French soccer team. But she may not know enough about the individual players, and therefore she may not know enough about the scandal. And then I just figure he has to be curious. He has to be curious about who this particular woman is, because she challenges him. We've already established in the last video that she's a very ambitious and accomplished female. She doesn't necessarily respond to access to a football player because she already has that. So this intrigues him because for whatever reason, the women that he usually deals with, they are moved or swayed by his fame, and she just isn't. So okay, let's look at him. What is his internal makeup? I'm thinking for this particular character, he's misunderstood. He's exhausted by carrying the weight of the team and all of the challenges of being this big time soccer player. With this fake dating, he is not needing a girlfriend. And as the writer, that's not what I would focus on. I'm seeing him as someone that needs a lifeline. He's drawn to this particular woman, not only because she's beautiful, but she treats him like a human being. Again, he's the golden boy of soccer, of this soccer team. So to interact with somebody that just sees him as a regular guy that just moves about without all of the fame and notoriety, that's going to speak to him. He's also thinking about how she's not impressed with him. Okay, believe it or not, the little small things or the small details is what captivates the characters. When I wrote Reviving Us, I needed to figure out why would Jasmine decide to pursue or be in a relationship with Marcus. They had done it before. He broke her heart. Time has passed. She's still mending those wounds. So she had to have something that would say, okay, I'll do this. He was her lifeline. He was her lifeline from performing to be always on point, always having the solution, always being able to give her leadership what they needed, making sure all of the boxes were ticked, all the milestones were met. Lucien, needs a lifeline just like Jasmine did. Okay, so the fake dating scenario. There has to be some rules. In every fake dating romance, the two people that are participating have to have some kind of rules established. So they will know together what they can and can't do, and the readers will be able to see when they break those particular rules. So all of their dating is for the public because remember, they're doing everything to show the intimacy in the public, no emotion privately. There's no talk of the scandal. Remember, he's trying to get away from that. For her, since she is used to being in control, then she will request to be in control and that he follows her lead. And of course, with all fake dating scenarios, there is no crossing the line with the emotions. But of course, that typically is the first rule that one or both of them break. And through the journey of the romance, you get to see how they not only change independently, but you see them changing through the story, and then eventually whether they decide to pursue the relationship or not. So those are the fake dating terms. And Within this, the story, you will be able to see how those terms change and their perspective change on one another, because there's usually something that happens, whether it's a glance that she noticed that he makes during some public outing, their hands brush or their arms brush, or the kiss that's done for public becomes more endearing. Both of them feel something that's unexpected. Or maybe in this scenario, there is some type of media event happening, and she's there to support him for the cameras. And let's say some type of journalist that's overly aggressive, that's trying to make a name for themselves, ask a question or just gets a little too intense. And before Lucien can speak, she steps in and defends him, and he notices that. So again, in this part of the series, we profiled Lucien. We know he is the French soccer player. He's the forward. He's in his late 20s, 30s. We know that there has been some type of media event that he's trying to clean up after, and he agrees to this fake dating scenario because he's trying to clean that up. Okay, so I'm thinking in the next and possibly the last video in this series, we put it all together and we talk about how this becomes a romance that I would put on paper. Because again, I'm a romance reader just as much as I am a writer. And for years, I, thought about how could I write the story? What would my characters be doing? How will they come together? And for Reviving Us, A Table for Two Next Time, and Love in a Line of Fire, I just took the advice that I had read from so many other romance writers. I sat down and just put pen to paper and kind of worked my way through it. And once I had the draft, then I could see how did I want this whole storyline to unfold? What tropes did I want to use for the stories? And for me, second chance romance was the biggest thing. For Love in a Line of Fire, it was enemies to lovers. So again, in this next video, we will put all of these things together to flesh out how we would write this story. If you like this video in this series, drop me a comment in the comment section. I would love to see your thoughts. Like this video either on your phone or by pressing up on your remote so that other viewers will find this video in the algorithm and they can take this journey along with us. Thank you for all my returning viewers and subscribers. Until the next video, I'll be seeing you.